Good morning, everybody. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to use Claude Code to create motion graphics for your YouTube channel or any social media platform. For example, this channel right here has almost 300,000 subscribers and over 100 million views without showing his face. This channel is faceless. And we can use Claude Code to help us create the animations this channel is using. Now, based on my own experience of making YouTube videos, I assume a channel like this one earns around $2 to $3 for 1,000 views, which means for 100 million views in total, this channel generated around $200,000 or $300,000. And as I said, the crazy part is that you can create these visuals using Claude Code. Literally everyone on the internet right now is talking about Claude Code, and that's because Claude Code really is exceptional. So if you don't want to be left behind and you want to take advantage of this, in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to use Claude Code. I'm going to show you how to install it and how to use it. And I promise I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. So if that sounds interesting and you want to learn something new today, let's begin the course. Okay, the first thing we have to do is install Claude Code on our computer. And for that, you need a Claude account. If you don't have a Claude account, open a new browser tab and search for Claude AI. Go to their website over here and create a new account or log in with your Google account. And by the way, for this to work, you need a subscription to Claude. If you don't have a subscription or you don't want to pay, I still suggest you watch this entire video because maybe by the end of the video, you might want to get a subscription to Claude because you're going to be surprised by how awesome Claude is. I actually unsubscribed from ChatGPT because I prefer Claude way more. So create an account on Claude if you don't have one. Now, once you have an account with Claude, we can download Claude Code on our computer. And for that, we have two options. The first option is the simple one, which most people use. So you just open a new browser tab and search for Claude Code, right? And then scroll down and click over here where it says Claude Code by Anthropic. And you can literally just download Claude Code like this over here by clicking Get Claude Code for desktop, right? But that's not how we want to install it. Instead, we want to use the visual code because this is going to make things much easier to use. So for that, what you want to do is open another browser tab and search for Visual Code and download Visual Code Studio over here. Click on this website and just click over here where it says download for Windows. You click on this, it's going to download Visual Code over here. And once it's done downloading, open the file, right? And then just click accept the terms and click agree, next, install, right? And just install Visual Code. I already have it installed, so I'm going to cancel. Now for this to work, we need to install something else. We need to install Node.js. So open a new browser tab, search for Node.js, just like me over here. You see Node.js, enter, go to this website over here, Node.js, and just click Get Node.js over here. There's a button over here. Click on this and then scroll down over here where it says Windows Installer. Just click on this button over here. And as you can see, it's going to download Node.js. Open this application over here. Just click Next. For me, it asks me to change or repair because I already have it installed. All you have to do is click Next, 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 install it and finish, right? And just install Node.js. Now we have to install one more thing, and that is Git. So open a new browser tab over here and search for Git download. Right? Just like this, Git download. And over here where it says Git install, click on this, choose your operating system. So I have Windows, so just click Windows, right? And then click over here where it says click here to download. Just click over here to download. It's going to download on your computer over here the application. Open the application, and again, just click Next, 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 and install and finish. That's it. You've just installed all the applications you needed in order to run Claude Code and create videos with Claude Code. Now we have to open Visual Studio Code, which is the first application we've downloaded. For that, go over here on your search bar on the computer and search for Visual Studio Code, right? And it should appear over here, Visual Studio Code, and just open this application. This is where we're going to be using Claude Code, and this is where we're going to be creating the videos. Now, when you first open Visual Code, it should say all those things over here, use AI features, blah, blah, blah. Just click over here, mark done, to remove all of them, just like that. Now, we want to install Claude Code to Visual Studio. For that, go over here to the left, where it says extensions over here. Do you see this icon? Click on this, and over here on the search, type Claude Code, just like that. And in a few seconds, it should search for it. And it's this one over here. It's usually the first one. It says Claude Code for VS. VS means Visual Studio. So click on this and then click over here where it says install. And also make sure you clicked auto update over here. So make sure if it's unchecked by some random reason, make sure it's checked because we want to auto update Claude Code every single time. And then just click install over here to install it. And then just click trust publisher and install. And wait for Claude Code to install in your Visual Studio Code. then you might get a message like this where firewall is blocking this application. So just click over here, allow, to allow the application to run, right? That's it. Now, once Cloud Code is installed, you should see something like this over here. Get started with Cloud Code. Usually I like to check mark all those things over here because I do want to open Cloud Code. I do want to chat with Claude, and I do like my past conversations to be saved just for memory, right? If I want to prompt something, I want Cloud Code to remember, and then just click mark as done, just like that. Now we need to connect our Cloud account with Cloud Code because, as I said, we need a subscription to use Cloud Code. So over here where my mouse is, right click and select new text file. Then over here where it says chat on the right, click on Cloud Code. And you can, as you can see, it says over here Cloud AI subscription. Click on this and then click open, right? And this is going to open the Cloud website, and it's going to ask you to authorize Cloud Code to access your Cloud chat account, right? And just click authorized. This basically connects your Cloud AI account with Cloud Code. That's it. It says over here, you're all set up for Cloud Code. You can now close this window. So we can close this window and we can go back to Visual Code over here. And as you can see over here on the right, now we can chat with Cloud Code in order to create code, in order to create graphics, in order to create websites, literally anything you can imagine you can create with this thing. Now, in order to create motion graphics with Cloud Code, we actually have to install something called Remotion Skill. This is a separate plugin. There's no need to explain what it is. I'm just going to show you how to install it. For that, go over here to the top left where it says Terminal. Click on it and select New Terminal. Now, inside the terminal, I want you to write the following thing I'm going to be writing. So I'm going to write npx skills add remotion slash dev slash skills. So I'm going to zoom in on the screen so you can clearly see. I need you to write exactly this thing over here in your terminal. After you're done writing this, I want you to hit enter. And once you hit enter, you might be hit with this error. Some computers are not hit with this error. Some computers are hit with this error. Now, here's how you fix this error if you have it on your computer. Go over here to the search bar on your computer and search for Windows PowerShell. So just search PowerShell or search for terminal, doesn't matter. So search for this. And over here, I want you to write the following text. Get execution policy space line list, right? I'm going to copy and paste this inside the description of this video. So you can literally just copy and paste it in your PowerShell. And after you copy and paste this, I want you to type enter, just like that, right? And now over here, I want you to type the following text again. So this over here, I'm going to also copy and paste this in my video description. So I want you to copy and paste this in your terminal, in your PowerShell, and then hit enter. Now, depending on your computer, sometimes it does nothing. Sometimes it asks you if you agree. And in order to agree and accept, all you have to do is type Y and press enter, just like that. But for me, it's not going to do anything because for some reason, it's not asking me to accept or agree. So just type these things. Then you can close your PowerShell and your terminal. And then I want you to restart the Visual Code Studio. So I'm just going to close Visual Studio Code and I'm going to open it again. Now in Visual Code Studio, you want to open a new terminal. So again, over here on the top left where it says terminal, click on this and click new terminal. And again, we want to type the same thing. So I'm going to type npx skills add remotion line dev slash skills. So I'm going to zoom in on the screen over here. I want you to type exactly the same thing. And once you type this, I want you to hit enter on your keyboard. And as you can see, now we don't get an error. It's going to ask you, need to install the following packages, skills 1.4.6, okay to proceed. And basically, in order to agree, all you have to do is type Y on your keyboard over here and then press enter. And this is how you agree. Now, as you can see down below in the terminal, it says 43 agents installing to Cloud Code. Now it says installation scope. Here is where you have to choose your settings. So basically on your keyboard over here, you want to use the arrows over here, up arrow and down arrow to select. So basically over here, if I use the down arrow on my keyboard, I can go to global or I can go to project. Project means you're only installing these Remotion skills for this project only. If you select global, you're installing Remotion for the entire Visual Code platform basically. And usually I would prefer global so we can always have this skill installed on our Cloud Code. So I'm going to select global as you can see on the screen and I'm going to hit enter. And then over here where it says installation method, you can choose to copy to all agents or you can choose Symlink, which is recommended. And I also recommend you use Symlink. So select Symlink and click enter on your keyboard, just like that. And then it's going to ask you proceed with the installation. Obviously, you don't want to type no, you want to type yes. So then just hit enter. And then it's also going to ask you if you want to install the Find skills. Just hit enter, right? Just click yes, and then it's going to install them, as you can see. And it should be done pretty quickly. And by the way, congratulations, because you just finished the hardest part of the tutorial. This was the hardest part, installing Cloud Code, installing all those applications, and basically installing Remotion using this code. That's it. The hardest part is done. So if you've managed to install it, congratulations, you now have Cloud Code on your computer and you also have Remotion on your Cloud Code. This is where the fun part starts, because now we can actually generate the visuals and the motion graphics I was talking about in the beginning. So let me show you how to do it. So for example, let's say I want to generate a motion graphic of a chart rising up, and next to it, there's going to be a text that goes from 0 to, I don't know, 78%, right? To do that, we only have to write a simple prompt over here in the chat. Now, because I have my webcam, you can't really see the chat, so I'm just going to drag the window over here. You can see my mouse. I'm going to drag it like this to increase the size of the window. So now you can literally see the chat over here. And basically over here in the chat, you want to type the following thing. Let's say, use the Remotion skill to generate a video where a chart rises up and next to it there is a number that goes from 0% to 78% with a nice smooth animation and glow effect, right? So this is a super simple prompt. So basically, if you're creating YouTube videos or if you're creating social media content, literally depending on your video, you can just write a simple prompt like this, and Cloud Code is going to generate a visual for your video, which you can use in your video. So after you write this, just send this prompt to Cloud Code. If I remove my webcam over here for a second, you will see that we have this arrow over here. Just send this message to Cloud Code, and Cloud Code is going to start creating the motion graphic. So let me bring back my webcam over here, and this usually can take around from 30 seconds to 1 minute to 2 minutes. Now, Cloud Code is always going to ask you if you allow him to use specific commands, because basically Cloud Code now runs inside your computer. He can literally code for you. So you have to allow him to use the command. So over here, as you can see, it says allow this bash command. Just click on yes, just like that. And basically every time is going to ask you to allow him to use a command. You want to allow him to use the command. So over here, you can type yes, allow command. You can also set the setting to always allow him, so you don't always have to click yes. Over here, if you use your arrow keys on your mouse and you click one time below, you can click yes, allow npm install for this project. And now because Cloud Code has to do a different task, it's again going to ask you if you allow him to create the chart animation. So again, if you don't want to press yes for every single command, just press yes, allow all edits this session, right? So for any type of animation, you don't always have to allow permission. Now, while Cloud Code is creating our animation, I want to explain how this actually works. So basically, Cloud Code and Remotion are not creating graphics in a similar way you would usually create with After Effects. It's actually using code to create the graphics. It's using React.js. So it's basically how websites use code to create smooth motion graphics. Instead of creating them for a website, we have Remotion, which will turn them into a video. It's a very cool way to create motion graphics. Now, over here, as you can see, we again have to allow the next command. So again, I'm just going to allow any npx command over here. So allow all of them. And by the way, once you're done allowing all of them, the next time you don't have to allow them. This is happening only because you're using Cloud Code for the first time. As you can see over here, even Node.js, you're using it for the first time. So even here, you have to click allow. But once you click allow right now on all of them, usually the next time you don't have to click allow. This is only happening because you're using it for the first time. Now, once Cloud Code is done creating the animation, this is what you're going to see. There's no animation inside Cloud Code, and you're going to be confused. You're going to be like, where's my animation? Well, in order to watch your animation and download it, you have to visit this website over here. So we can see, then visit this website. So copy the link over here of this website. I'm going to zoom in on the screen so you can see exactly what I'm copying. Right click, copy, go back to your browser, and inside a new tab, paste this website. And if you click enter, you will see this. This is the Remotion video editor. And if we hit play over here, just like in a video editor, we can see the motion graphic we have created using Cloud Code. So I'm going to hit play. And there we go. We have some charts that are going up and it shows the text over here exactly how I've said, 78%. Now, obviously, this has way too many charts in it. It also says performance. This is because the prompt was super simple. You want to generate specific animations, you need to make a more detailed prompt, and I'm going to show you right now how you can do that. So if I go back to YouTube over here and I show you this channel, as I've said, this channel has almost 300,000 subscribers. It posted 1,500 videos, and I'm sure he's posting this much videos with the help of AI. And if we click over here, we will see that it has more than 100 million views, which, as I've said, it probably generated around $200,000 to $300,000. Now, if we look at the videos, we will see that he's making ranking videos. He ranks different things. We can see over here cartoons from different countries, most followed Instagram accounts from different countries. So basically, we can write a prompt for Claude Code, which will generate us a graphic that will show, for example, the top 10 richest people in the world, or the top 100. Basically, I'm going to be using a prompt like this. It's a much more complicated prompt, as you can see. And if you want to create a prompt like this, you can literally just use Claude. Ask Claude to create a prompt for you based on what you want to generate. And once you write this prompt, you can just send this message to Claude. And again, the same thing will happen. Claude will start generating the motion graphics. It's going to ask you if you allow him to use the commands. You just type yes, and in 1 or 2 minutes, you're going to have the motion graphic ready. So let's just wait for Claude Code to generate our video. Now, by the way, if you want to learn more about AI and how to use AI and how to grow on YouTube and how to make money with YouTube and how to make money with AI, you might want to consider joining my private community. So down below in the description, there's going to be a link down to my website. So this is how my website looks. So go to this website, look at my website, learn a little bit about me, look at the testimonial. Right now, just like before, once the motion graphic is ready, it's going to look like this. And in order to open it, you just click on this link over here, or you copy and paste it to your browser. So I'm just going to click on it, and it's going to open the editor where we can actually see the motion graphic. So basically, the prompt for this animation told Claude to create a chart that goes like this, and it goes higher and higher, and it showcases the richest people. So let's see what Claude Code created. The richest people keep getting richer. So we have the chart. Everything looks super clean. And as you can see, we have the names of the richest people, their net worth, and the chart keeps going up. And then we have Elon Musk, which seems to be the richest person in the world with $700 billion. It also calculated the combined wealth of the top 10, which is over 3 trillion. So this is how the graphic looks, which is absolutely insane. It's super clean, it's super smooth, it's super simple. And basically now what you can do, you can literally just render it over here. You click render, you choose the format, you choose the FPS, and you just render the video. And it's going to render the video on your computer, and then you can take it, put it in your video editing program, and use it as a motion graphic for your video. That is absolutely insane. Now, I tried to keep this as easy as possible for you to learn. And if you found it helpful, you might like this video over here for me as well, because inside this video, I teach you how to use AI to create animations for a faceless YouTube channel that actually look as if an actual human created them.